Your hull is damaged, he's still pouring away his flames though. I don't care if this building is going to completely collapse on me. I don't care if this fire could essentially lead to my croc blowing up. I am flaming this freaking building right beside me. What the hell? This is crazy play by Jesus. I don't think this is going to pay off for him at all unless that croc explodes. Takes out all of those buildings, prevents the enemy from hiding there and gives them excellent coverage. We've got infantry squads approaching from Jesus, runs out to the side but gets ultimately gunned down by a half-track, so 10 points for being exciting, 0 points for actually being effective, although he is in the area, he is neutralizing the zone. Pistelero lending some assistance with his M16 quad cannon, blasting away on this side at infantry, moves just by the croc and needs to look out in case that explodes anytime soon. It should do. Also phased through that ranger there with the bazooka on his back, just passing straight through his existence, his being, and firing straight into the little truck there in the middle of the road, and avoiding a flak as well. Crazy times. Avoiding the Panther and flak. Excellent driving skills from Pistelero, and non-excellent driving skills from Pistelero. Have you ever played that game when you were 1 year old, where you try and fit the shapes through like the different spaces on a box or something? Clearly he never played that game. Crocodile finally explodes. Lucky for the M16 it wasn't there in the time. It just need to be aware of this infantry soldier trying to move up from Pandu. Just fire away. There we go, it fires its awesome bullet straight into that guy's face, plowing his brain. Nebelwerfer now shooting straight into these buildings. I just know by the end of this game those buildings aren't going to exist. It looks like they're already being given a hard time. It's great that we're on suburbs for a 2v2. I don't think we're going to see this map again. It is one of my favourite maps. I love urban environments. Infantry just excel. You get a lot of infantry combat firefights. Lots of kooky stuff happening, I would say. Jesus III bringing up one of his own 105 Shermans. Very odd position. It's being shot in the rear from the flak cannon straight down the middle of the road, and that positioning of the flak for Pandu is absolutely excellent. Hopefully this AT gun, this very heavy AT gun from Jesus, can fire back. I'm not so sure on the range of that. He also brings up a medium jumbo tank. Just continuing with the medium armor. We're seeing loads of medium armor, loads of vehicles in this tournament. It's very odd. We've not seen so many heavy tanks, which is kind of what I was expecting, really. I'm always hearing people moan, it's like, oh, it's just bank up for the heavy armor. The medium tanks don't really get a chance to shine. This is certainly not the case in this tournament so far. The Americans are holding control of free zone so far. The points are going up for them. Migsy hiding behind the crocodile tank. It's just not close enough to the zone and currently being fired upon by a lot of stuff. Would be very hard to try and stay in that zone and stay alive. There's one crater they can hide behind. There's absolutely no buildings they can hide inside now. How will Migsy and Pandu respond to this? Will they attack one of the flanks? Migsy getting his Panther a little bit more slanted, and an M10 Wolverine tank destroyer from Pistelero. This could certainly knock out fairly easily the Panther on that side, especially if he gets a good side shot. And there's a lot of cover for that M10 to hide behind, so it won't be spotted until it's too late. Unless, no, it's going to approach from the front. That's a really bad idea. Remember, your Men of War basics, a shot from the front is less likely to penetrate, and now he's revealed himself. He knows what Migsy's fully aware of. In fact, who cares about that? Migsy's freaking tank explodes in one shot, everything damaged. From the jumbo tank behind the church, that was one hell of a shot. Nebels firing on the M10 tank destroyer. It could easily decrew the guys inside. It's an open top vehicle, which means the crew is completely exposed to stuff like grenades and rockets and artillery. But now that M10 is not very useful, it's just gonna, you know, it was brought out to deal with the Panther. And Panzer Shrek from this church position, Pandu flanking with an AT infantryman that tries to get a shot off, a second shot. Hits this pole, and that pole is just going to be the bane of him. Oh, he had such a good shot on the jumbo tank, but this stone pole, pylon, the statue, whatever it is, it blocked the shot. And I'm sure if now Migsy and Pandu lose the game, It's going to be down to that sole reason, that sole little problem they had. And oh, this is looking good. Pistelero with a jeep and a half-track, a very mechanized patrol unit. This could be interesting, put it that way. I don't think it's going to be at all effective. It's just, fact is, a jeep will get hit by infantry. All the members inside the vehicle will be taken out by rifles and SMGs and all that jazz. M16 just making a hole straight into this building to deal with the infantry on the opposite side of those row houses. And I was going back to what I was saying, the jeep will get decrewed. The half-track is also prone to infantry fire, so I don't think they're going to be seeing much use this late in the game. Maybe very early on, if they sort of collectively joined forces, one person got a jeep, one person got a half-track, they could do some really mean damage with it. But right now, Migsy and Pandu could easily create a response as soon as they see it, and there's just so much pinging on the map. Well, what's the purpose? Oh, he's saying that there's apparently some guys here. We've got an M20 as well. Just there's so much light vehicles on the field, so much anti-infantry stuff. I suppose they have free zones. They're obviously doing something right against their opponents, but a Goliath and Nebel. Goliath Nebel. I'm more interested in what this Goliath is going to do right now. I think its target will be the jumbo tank, trying to use these row of houses to move around. I don't think Pistelero or Jesus III have noticed the Goliath on the field just yet. It was only in vision for a few seconds, and it was behind the houses. So depending on where their camera angle was at the time, here's that Goliath. They definitely see it now. We can see a sniper moving straight past it, taking his position behind the bench, just looking on the Goliath, saying, oh my freaking, oh dear. Here it goes. The jumbo is looking at it. Will it hit the Goliath? First shot misses. This is it. This has to be the end for the jumbo right now. If it detonated, come on, no, it gets all destroyed. Oh, it was so close. He can't detonate it anymore. I wouldn't be firing on that. You could trigger an explosion. The jumbo doing the rightful thing and moving well away from the explosion blast, just in case it does detonate. Ah, dude, if he just detonated that right before it died, it would have done enough damage. We've got yet again another Nebel fire on this area, clearing out the infantry, but unfortunately for Migsy and Pandu, there's still infantry in that zone, that central position, that they need to clear it out. It does look as if Jesus III wants to create an assault on that far right hand side position, and you may as well. We've also got a radio operator moving into this building, trying to get a flare shot right here. He didn't need to move that close to it. It's a nice well spreaded flare shot going straight into a line. That'll temporarily stop those pesky Germans from moving up into those houses. What a beautiful, incredible, galactic sight. I don't know why I threw the word galactic in there, but it is a galactic sight. All those buildings completely crushed almost. It's just like the side of the building left. M20 in an unusual position. It's just sitting right in front of a freaking flak all the way down that road. It's already being fired upon. It looks like it's kind of covered by this truck in the middle of the road. Maybe not. It's actually a Panther all the way down that road. Destroys the M20. I don't know why that M20 decided to move out of the way. The M16, seeing its bro being crushed, almost looked like it wanted to follow it. No, don't go out into the road. Go back. What are you playing at? Pistelero, the jumbo, taking some shots at the Panther. Pandu doesn't look like he's in direct control. He's not firing back, which means the AI is just thwarted by that truck's position in the middle of the road. It's just blocking the shot. Jumbo here, not retreating. It's still trying to get a good shot on the Panther. And it's very risky, I would say. I would not like to be in Jesus III's position right now. I'd stick that tank right behind the church and wait for a good opportunity to take out the Panther. It also looks like Jesus III isn't using direct control. Pandu definitely has that direct control right now. Jumbo wasn't firing. We can also see the flight cannon is still right on the opposite side of the road, also firing, assisting the Panther in taking out the Jumbo, and this Jumbo is really in trouble now. Hull damaged. It can still be repaired. 80 gun joins the fight a little bit too late. It could have moved up and assisted taking out the Panther. Tank crew, oddly enough, running away from the Jumbo. They can still repair that. Priest here from Jesus III. Migsy bringing up an AT infantry. No, it's just normal rifleman with an AT grenade or an ordinary grenade. I don't know what he had, but unfortunately there is a machine gun planted on the front of the priest. So approaching from the front is a really bad idea with all types of infantry. Turret destroyed, or damaged rather, from the AT gun. Panther now needs to retreat, get itself repaired. Pandu notices just a few seconds later, all my S's spewing out. Need to take a nice, big, relaxing chill. Oh, you can also see Migsy there with a half track straight into the building. I don't know what plans that has. But I suppose it's always nice to have a half track lying around when you need it. 2-2-2 charging from Migsy. Oh god, this just never stops. It's going straight for the priest. This is definitely a weird matchup. Priest pouring its 50 cal straight into the front of that. 2-2-2, no match for it. Tank crew pours out. Also, trying to get that TNT from inside there, but it's way too late. So the priest is going to be able to continue generating that explosive weather forecast down on the Nebels if they didn't already get destroyed by him. Wolverine still getting repaired. Honestly, I don't know why the crew have hopped out the Jumbo and began repairing the Wolverine. Go repair the goddamn Jumbo. Jesus III with some conscripts here, a little bit in front of that central zone. That's not so bad to have conscripts mixed in with your regular infantry and more elite infantry. Essentially adding bodies and attention away from your elite infantry so they don't die as fast. It's one of those awesome things about Men of War that your squads are not fixed squads, and Pistelero getting vision on a Flak 38 approaching the center by the looks of it. Also, it sees this Panther being repaired earlier. Its turret was damaged. Really good idea that he moved it all the way back there. There's absolutely no chance that that will get destroyed from any approaching tanks or trying to just, you know, get in there. Unless the SMG can get around there. These conscripts giving some Volkstrom a run for their money along with the regular riflemen all the way in the central zone. I don't think they're going to make much of an impact on the central position. They need some support. They need that Flak 38. That wouldn't be so bad to have, which has actually been taken by Pistelero. He's grenaded the guys inside and took... Well, he almost took it. In fact, I'm not even sure what happened there. Someone filled me on the details. It looked for a second there, he took the Flak 38 and was going to fire with it. Maybe he did get a few shots off, but that was pretty awesome. Migsy appears to be making a little bit of an effect on this side of the map. He's got a machine gunner in a tree. He falls out of there. Unusual place for a machine gunner. He's also approaching with a load of Volkssturm. Getting a good flank on infantry from Pistelero inside that warehouse. Unfortunately, though, they aren't exactly spaced out so well. We've got a Jeep coming in from Pistelero. An unusual response, but I think this is going to do pretty damn well against Volkssturm. Just infantry, which really isn't qualified to aim at a gun. Volkssturm, essentially just men and young teenagers have just been here, have a gun, fight that direction, go. And the Jeep's just mopping the floor with them, cleaning up also easily, not even taking one bit of damage. 2-2-2 in the middle of the field. Easily gets a shot of all those buildings being destroyed earlier. So much infantry for the Americans have been removed from that center now that their own infantry for the Germans can move up. Although Pandu with a flamethrower fending off that Jeep. Oh, that's such an excellent counter. Yeah, Jeep, no, I've got a flamethrower. Screw you. Yeah, you don't want to come up, but no, he is going to chance it. He's going to chance it. He's going in such a crazy way. Taking some flames to the side. But he's not even getting off the Jeep. This guy's just like, no, if I'm not here, who will man the 50 cal? I have to man it. But he does burn. He does crumble into a pile of ashes. And there's that infantry from the Germans moving straight up, not so spread out again. One criticism there is I wish those were a little bit more spread out. Although having said that, winner of the Blob 2011 war definitely goes to Jesus III with that one. Bringing up a half-track as well, or Pistelero supporting Jesus III. This is all good. This is the teamwork we want to see. Not sure if a half-track was really necessary here. That squad of infantry there can definitely deal with the Germans inside that building. On our side of the map, on the USA side, You can see the infantry are trying to get some shots off in the window. They're going to have to chuck a load of grenades in. And those German soldiers are completely surrounded. No hope for them whatsoever. They tried to take the area. Unfortunately, what they